It's November 26th and I'm just filming my October reading wrap up. But in my defense, I haven't been home for like 3.5 weeks. I've been living my best life, just traveling and stuff. Hello everyone, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the books that I read in October. I think I read a couple good ones that I want to talk about. So without further ado, here are all the books I read in October. So first, I finished off Strobe Edge by Iyosaki Saka. I read volume 6 through 10. Volume 6, I gave 4 stars. Volume 7, I gave 5 stars. This one was my favorite one. Volume 8, I gave 4.5 stars. Volume 9, 4 stars. And Volume 10, 4 stars. So since I finished the series, I'm just going to talk about the series overall. After reading Our How We Ride, I knew I was going to love anything Iyosaki Saka writes, so I had to pick up Strobe Edge. I was in a little bit of a slump, and I felt like this was gonna just help me out of it. It is essentially like the same premise as Our How We Ride. Love triangle, first love, side relationships, forgiveness, and a really great friend group. I just think this was a super cute story on first love, self-growth, and self-discovery. I was honestly kind of really annoyed with the love triangle at first. I just felt like a lot of the things that the three main characters, Ninako, Ren, and Ando were doing were just really annoying. I just felt like they were making a lot of things super complicated for themselves for no reason, and I was just like, what the heck? But as the series progressed, you kind of understand the characters more and their thought process, what they're thinking, and what they've experienced in the past. So it all kind of makes sense as you continue to read. I really enjoyed just seeing everyone progress and kind of find themselves in what they want. I know a lot of people don't love love triangles, but I personally really enjoy them when it's a good love triangle and it's so hard to choose like who you want to root for, because I constantly kept going back and forth between Ando and Ren. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm team Ren, oh my gosh, I'm team Ando. Just constant back and forth between the two. I just feel like that's what made it so much fun, because they were both so likable, and not just them, but I feel like pretty much everyone in the series was really likable, and I became obsessed with the friend group. I feel like there's so many different friendships and relationships going on. They have a special place in my heart. I think this was just so much fun, and I feel like it really captures the awkwardness of first love and trying to navigate those first couple of relationships and trying to find lifelong friends. I really enjoyed this one. However, I did like Our How We Ride more, so overall I gave this series a 4 out of 5 stars. After that, I picked up a new release, Promises We Meant to Keep by Monica Murphy. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love the Lancaster universe. It has a special place in my heart. The first one I read was Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did. That one is Wit and Summer. Then the second one is A Million Kisses in Your Lifetime, and that one focuses on Ren and crew. Promises We Meant to Keep focuses on Spencer, who is Wit's best friend, and Sylvie, who is Wit's sister. So this is brother's best friend, second chance. I was really looking forward to reading this, but honestly I was a little disappointed with it. I was looking really forward to reading about Spencer and Sylvie because they had a little thing going on in the first book, Things I Wanted to Say But Never Did, and I really liked the chemistry between the two of them, so I was hoping that they would get something. I was really looking forward to reading this. Some parts of the book were exciting, but I just feel like overall this kind of fell flat to me and it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. So this does go over some past and present chapters. I expected to see them apart for a little bit, read about some of the time they spent together in high school, and then see how they rekindled and reconnected, but they found themselves a lot earlier than I expected that they would have. To me, it just didn't have a really good flow. I enjoyed seeing the little snippets of Wit and Summer and Crew and Ren. I felt like those were really great to see, and I loved being able to revisit some of the characters that I really love the most and just seeing how they're doing in the future. But to me, I feel like those moments outshine Spencer and Sylvie, and it shouldn't have, because this is Spencer and Sylvie's book. Yes, I'm really happy that we got these moments with some of these characters that I really love, but I think that they were so good that the moments that we had with Spencer and Sylvie, it wasn't as grand and dramatic, you know? So I feel like it kind of took away from the main couple that we were reading about. I absolutely love Spencer. I love how protective he is. With Sylvie, I really hated her in Things I Wanted to Say. I don't know if this book necessarily redeemed her. She just seemed like an entirely different character. People grow and they change, but like I feel like I didn't get to see that progression, which kind of took away from it. Like I feel like I would have liked to see the change itself versus reading about two completely different characters. So we didn't get to necessarily see that change in her. It just kind of happened. And the plot twist at the the end totally came out of left field. I was not expecting that to happen. So again, just the flow of the book, I didn't think it necessarily worked for my liking. Overall, I'm really happy that we got another book in the Lancaster universe. I'm looking forward to the next sisters book. And this had good spice overall. I enjoyed the couple. Just this book wasn't my favorite. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. So I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I picked up another new release. It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I filmed a reading vlog for this, so if you wanted to check it out, I will have that linked in the cards. Overall, this wasn't my favorite. I was just kind of disappointed with it. I immediately loved being back in Lily's head and then being able to finally read Atlas's point of view. I felt like that was so great. I loved seeing the little updates going on in their lives and just getting a glimpse of their future. But I got around the 50% mark and I just felt like the story was dragging a little bit. I personally think it was a little too long for my liking, and I really wanted to DNF it because I just felt like the story was just dragging. And to me, I feel like in an epilogue, I want the fluff. I want the cute. I don't want any drama. I don't want there to be like a little side plot or anything. I just want relationship fluff, them being together, happy, whatever. I thought some of the plot points were interesting. I just feel like we focused less on the couple and more on some of the things going on around them. I enjoyed Josh and Theo. Like, I feel like that was a good addition to Atlas's story, but I just feel like it was dragged on too much and we focused on that a little too much. I also felt like the issues Lily was having with Ryle was getting dragged on too, because I don't think we needed to focus as much on Ryle as we did. I understand there were issues that Lily needs to face with Ryle, so he has to be in the book. I wanted more Lily and Atlas and Happy. I just felt like this book took away from them being a couple. I personally wanted more of them being together. I feel like there were good moments, but overall I just feel like a lot of the things going on were just taking away from them as a couple. I really didn't care for this book. I was originally going to give this like 2 stars because toward the 60% mark I was skimming from there on, but I did really like the heart-to-heart that Josh had with Atlas, so I bumped it up 1 star. So I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm super happy for the people who love this book, and I'm really happy that Atlas and Lily finally got their happy ending, but I just think there was too much drama in between their happy ending that was just dragged on too much, and I would have rather seen them more together as a couple versus them trying to figure out how to be a couple. So 3 out of 5 stars for this one. And then the last book I read in October was Falling Embers by Catherine Cowles, and I really enjoyed this. This is Single Dad, he's a firefighter, brother's best friend, small town romance. So this is the second book in the Tattered and Torn series. I read the first book back in August, and I feel like Catherine did a really great job of introducing all the characters and describing the small town that I felt like I was at home while I was reading this. I was so happy to learn that Calder and Hadley were going to get a book together. Hadley is this adrenaline junkie who works as an EMT, but she has also this secret life that she kind of hides from her family and close family friends. She's always had a thing for Calder, who is her older brother's best friend, and loves his 2 daughters like they were her own. And her relationship with the daughters is so precious. I literally love them and they love her so much. I enjoyed getting to know Calder's character more, but sometimes he annoyed me. I feel like it was one of those things where it was like, you obviously like her, but you're making all these excuses, like you just need to go for it. You're trying to find your way out of not admitting these feelings, and I was just like, that's irritating. But as you go further into the book, you kind of understand more of what he went through and understand more of his character, so you see why he acts the way that he does and like how his past has affected him. I love the way his relationship with Hadley progressed throughout the book, but there was like a huge plot twist that just like threw me for a loop. I just thought it was like a complete like 360. I didn't expect it, and to me it was just so random. But overall, I really enjoyed this book. I loved just being back in this small town, learning more about Hadley and Calder, and then seeing more of the other characters and getting a little bit more of them. I cannot wait for book 3 because I am very intrigued with these characters and I want to see them get together already. I'm excited to just dive back into this universe. And those are all the books that I read in October. I hope you enjoyed listening to my thoughts, and I hope you got some book recommendations. Let me know what the best book you read in October was. And that is it for today's YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.